Utzaal is close. Be careful. The Vaal heavily relied on the use of corruption. Their lands may still be dangerous.
I will tell your tale, Jingak. Return someday, and you might hear Risu tell it in my place.
There's no end to him! Always a step ahead. Whoa, hello. I'm Alva Vaal. We can always use another pair of hands around here. Be sure to talk to Oswald, as he usually likes to greet the newcomers. In any case, welcome. This little excursion here represents my lifelong ambition. It's not just about finding treasure. I want to build an entire archaeological society someday. Rayclast has countless layers of history buried beneath it, and I aim to uncover every last bit. I intend to call my group the Reliquarians. A bit ostentatious, but the best things should be. A shame I couldn't have founded it a few decades ago, back when my birthplace Oriath was still a thriving city. Thanks to the Templars, relics from a dozen different cultures found their way to that little island over the centuries, and are now all lost, thanks to the disasters that happened there. So you're looking for a device the Vaal intended to use against the Cataclysm? Ah, so that's why you came here. Well, you're on the right trail. The ziggurat on which we stand was rumored to contain a device to save their people. If you want to explore it, you'll have to find a way to drain the city first. It's hard to guess what the device inside the temple might be. I do know that it was commissioned by Queen Etziri's thaumaturge, Doryani himself. The project was given all the resources it needed, and the work was kept secret, even from Etziri. As best I could translate, they claimed using it might mean abandoning all they had built. They seemed to view it as a last resort, a way to save their legacy if all else failed. It's not often I detect fear in Vaal writings, but they definitely hoped they would never have to use it. By their final days, the Vaal were a deeply tiered empire based on brutal competition. Those at the top vied with each other through any means necessary, and Doryani was the foremost among these ambitious and immoral men. He was second only to Queen Etziri herself. Utzaal was the seat of his power, and ancient writings claim he undertook a vast array of strange projects and sordid experiments here. Some glyphs I have seen are too stomach-churning to discuss. How do I even begin to describe the last Queen of the Vaal? She left a tremendous mark on history. She was intelligent, incapable enough to rule unquestioned over a bloodthirsty empire of volatile nobles, and the people adored her and feared her in equal measure. Vaal writings speak of her as the most beautiful woman in the era, but also the most dangerous. She sought eternal life, and she was willing to sacrifice anything to achieve it. The ruins around you are the result of those ambitions. Sometimes, while I'm looting a temple, I remember that everything we find once belonged to a living, breathing person that probably died horribly. That sort of takes the fun out of it, doesn't it? I've heard of the beast. Everyone has. If someone is truly trying to raise another, then they must be the grandest of fools. These very ruins around us are the result of an attempt to control such a thing. This is the only way it can end. That hooded fellow over there, he's a friend of yours, I take it? Seems to be one of few words. Oh well, I'm not one to judge the company you choose to keep. Oswald's gonna lose his wits if any more of you show up, though. Something tells me you're the exploring type. We've got that in common. But some places even I steer clear of. I rather enjoy being alive, you see. Still, if you're feeling adventurous, there's fortunes to be made out there in the wilds. I'm especially interested in all things related to the Vaal. For academic reasons, of course. But a bit of treasure never goes amiss. Good luck.
She's friendly like. A rare quality these days.
What kind of stunt was that, traversing the marsh? Have to be smarter if you're to survive. As quartermaster, I'll do my best to keep you alive. I can buy what equipment you find, or sell you what others have unearthed before we ship it back to Kingsmarch. If you disappear in the jungle, I'll also be the one to note your death in our logs. You're welcome.
Pragmatism's all well and good, but that was something else.
Somewhere in this region there were sophisticated canals and waterways. We might be able to use them to drain this lake. We must hope that the mechanisms are still functioning, despite their age. It is the only way to reverse the drowning of this once thriving city. The first step in our search for the secret knowledge of the Vaal. It is strange to return to this place of my divine youth and see it so aged and forgotten. When I was here, the Vaal were the height of civilization, and the future was bright. They had their problems like any other people, but I thought I could free them from the moral hazards of divinity by removing gods from the equation. While we are here, I would like to discover whether this ruination is my fault, or whether something else happened to them. Do whatever it takes.
You're the one who waded to the undead in the marsh, eh? Truly you need a guide. Luck's on your side today, friend. I am such a guide. Maybe I can help you survive. Not all tribes in this region are so friendly. You would be wise to listen to me on the dangers of the jungle. Yes, you are lucky indeed. Apus is my grandson. Can you believe that? A young spry thing like me. A grandmother. Don't be answering that. Apus inherited my son's rowdy spirit. Maybe it's a family curse. We have always been the type to do what we shouldn't, like helping outsiders such as yourself. One day, he'll be a great man, just like his father. Until then, I try to keep him safe. Beware.
She's sharp, that one. Could come in useful.
Ah, our local temple runner. The ziggurat beneath us was once the temple of the sun god. One of the oldest built in the city of Utzaal's religious district. It was in active use for at least 1,000 years. But when the Vaal cataclysm struck, the city flooded, presumably killing everyone inside. Good thing for us, because this lake is the only reason it hasn't been ransacked by other treasure hunters already. One man's mass death is another man's treasure, I suppose. I log everything here, so I can catalogue the thousands of ways to die the jungle offers. If you can, be sure to write some sort of final entry detailing how you die. The death log won't benefit you, of course, but it will certainly benefit me. I don't mean to be overly fatalistic, But the amateurs coming from Kingsmarch are accomplishing nothing but feeding the chimerals. The most I can do, as quartermaster, is ensure they're equipped for exploration. That's where the real profit in treasure hunting is, you see. I don't go out there if I can help it. I'm the unluckiest man alive. Yet, I'm the wealthiest in this camp. You have to be good when you're trading with the Kalgurans, or they'll fleece you. Ah, Kingsmarch. So called by the Kalgurans. They're newcomers to Rayclast. About 20 years now. They're traders by nature. In fact, they've partially funded this very expedition. For some reason, they're very interested in Vaal artifacts. We ship most of what we find back to Kingsmarch, and they pay handsomely for it.
Ah, you're a bigot. The very earth trembles. Big fella. That were a fight for the ages.
Still alive, I see? I could have gone my whole life without watching snakes coil around a corpse or getting pounded into the dirt by a homicidal ape. It's enough to make a girl question her career choices. Still, the treasure keeps me coming back. You can't take 2 steps around here without tripping over some old Vaal ruin all tangled up in the undergrowth. They make an odd pair of colleagues, don't they? Oswald's the kind to worry about the jungle eating him, and Alva's the type to dare it to try. Perhaps that's why their partnership has been more lucrative than most. They balance each other out. Survivors, half-wits, and the occasional lunatic. That's our expedition in a nutshell. Used to be, we were seasoned veterans out here. These days, if a newcomer lasts more than a week, it's a cause for celebration. Still, with the Kalgurans throwing coin around, plenty of folks are willing to risk their lives for a shot of the spoils. Apes are one thing, but quadrillas? No, they're fearsome. The Vaal left these lands drowning in corruption after their cataclysm. Guess it twisted the creatures here into something unnatural. Still, I can't help but think 4 arms could come in handy, wouldn't you say? No pun intended. You killed him? Well, remind me not to cross you then. Should be a lot easier to move through the jungle without him around. So, in that sense, you have my thanks. In another, wasn't really necessary, was it?
A dead tribesman. Reckon Serby knows him.
This is my son. When he did not return from the jungle, I feared the worst. But I still had hope. The warring tribes have taken that hope away from me. Curse the Azak, curse the Orc, and curse this day. Promise me, you will not tell Apus his father is dead. Let him remain a child for one more day.
Time to get Alva down here.
The Vaal use this device to operate the mechanisms in the canal, but we would need a special artifact to power it. From the translations I've made, I believe they were called soul cores. I've never seen an intact soul core large enough for something like this, though. I suppose if you want to try find one, you could ask our guide, Servi. Death gems, blood crystals, or, more colloquially, soul cores. They were made by sacrificing living people and capturing their energies inside a crystal lattice. Some think the victims are still trapped inside, existing in eternal agony until someone drains the core's energy completely. There's no way to know that for certain, of course, but it is rather chilling to think about. These waterways are a series of canals the Vaal built on the upper edge of the city. The Great Matlan River didn't run quite this far south, but they diverted a portion of it for a complex irrigation system. That really allowed the city to thrive and the Vaal to flourish. Oh, I don't fully understand why they created a system that could flood the entire city. From my understanding, it was a failsafe. A way to make sure their creations didn't get the better of them, or the world. The Vaal really were a very intelligent and pragmatic people, you know. At the southeast edge of the city, there is a large dam. I've spent months trying to find a way to release the outer spillways, but to no avail. Those very walls are what keep the city flooded to this day.
We've been clashing with the Auroch tribe for generations, but their real fight is with the Azak, and them are losing. The Auroch worship the three-headed snake. Them poison the jungle, poison themselves, poison us too. Their shaman? Only seen her twice. She moved like a panther in the dark. The coward. Evil in the shadows, my friend. Evil in the shadows. If you find the source of their wickedness, you let me know. I must see it for myself to make an antidote. Drink this. A foul brew, but you'll thank me if you survive. Ah, so you're after blood crystals. The thing Alva called soul core. I knew you were going to be trouble. Out there in the dark, there's an ancient ruin. Very old indeed. My tribe has spoken of it for generations. We see strange creatures there, made of stone, unnatural, with unblinking eyes. That place, it is forsaken. I would warn you not to go there. But if it's soul cores you seek, then take the risk you must.
How can I help? Oswald's a grim sort, isn't he? He's always injury this, death that. Personally, I've never been hurt while treasure hunting. I actually find it rather easy. He always makes sure we have the proper supplies and checks his list for everything 4 or 5 times before we make a move. He also invented what I call the Oswald technique. On the rare occasions he personally goes out with us, he throws a rock at absolutely everything before touching it. Every flagstone, every pillar, every statue. You'd be positively amazed at the elaborate traps he sets off, even in places I've walked through already. Servi has been a fantastic ally to us here. Her people have lived in the vicinity of Utzaal for countless generations, so she's been able to show us all the most interesting Vaal ruins. The accessible ruins were all looted long ago, of course, but the lake around us has protected most of this city since the end of the Vaal Empire. Death gems, blood crystals, or, more colloquially, soul cores. They were made by sacrificing living people and capturing their energies inside a crystal lattice. Some think the victims are still trapped inside, existing in eternal agony until someone drains the core's energy completely. There's no way to know that for certain, of course, but it is rather chilling to think about. Good luck.
How can I advise you? You have found the waterways? Search it for a control mechanism. Vaal technology, at least in that era, was based on engraved stonework and latent systems of channeled energy. It should be operational, even after all this time. Drain the city, and let us see what ancient secrets Utzaal has kept protected for us.
Yes? It hurt me deeply to find him there. To find him like that. Still, I thank you for finding his body. His spirit roams the jungle with his fathers now. The warring tribes, the Azak, the Orak, they have a lot to answer for.
Nice to see a friendly face. This jungle isn't just alive. It's teeming with things that want you dead. Boars, bugs, ants, and lions. And that's just the wildlife. Fight through all that, and you've still got the undead to contend with. Now do you see why so many have drawn their last breath here? Oswald's a seasoned leader, and I've seen him guide many an expedition. Yet this one has claimed more lives than any other. He puts on a brave face, but I suspect he feels the weight of every loss. He arms explorers with all the wisdom he can, but survival ultimately depends on their willingness to listen. The Vaal have captured the imaginations of archaeologists and adventurers for centuries, leaving little of their legacy untouched. It's no wonder the Kalgorans are paying so richly for what remains. As for their motives, that's a mystery I've yet to unravel. We were warned about the threat of the local tribes, but witnessing their brutality firsthand is something else. No field report can prepare you for the sight of a man being flayed alive, or the sound of sinew torn from bone. The Azak are a vicious, unrelenting horde, and they train their beasts to be the same. The Orok, by contrast, not as sadistic nor as smart, but just as lethal.
Maggots everywhere! These Azak give tribal life a bad name.
You are confident? I give you that. Do you truly believe you can beat the Azak tribe? Do so, and my people would be forever grateful. Slay Ignagduk and free the spirits of our stolen children. The Azak, them are true monsters. Not cannibals, no. But them will not hesitate to feed you to their war beasts. The Azak and the Orak tribes been fighting almost as long as the Vaal been gone. But the Azak are beyond cruel. Their queen witch, Ignagduk, she takes her child every blood moon night. For what? I won't say. If you cross into their territory, only death awaits you there. I'll wait here for now. Hurry!
Flying now, are we? watch over us. A more disgusting sight I've not seen.
You have slain the Bog Witch? Oh, then you have healed a wound on the heart of my people. Today, these swamps be blessed by a touch of sunlight.
Hello? What's this? Maybe if I'm quiet, these things won't come to life and attack me.
This is a find. A Vaal ruin that hasn't been looted? No one from camp has managed to make it to this part of the jungle and survive. Until now. This mechanism, if powered with a small soul core, it could open that door. There should definitely be soul cores somewhere around here. They had to power these constructs somehow. Look for a red crystal a bit bigger than your fist. It should be warm to the touch. Why, you ask? That'd be the soul trapped inside. Near the end of civilization, the Vaal tried to combat a worsening labor shortage by sacrificing their own citizens to power constructs. Designed to till the fields, mine the quarries, and the like. They were quite a marvel. As it turns out, human souls don't make for a very sustainable fuel source. And so began their downward spiral. Rather silly for such an intellectual people, wouldn't you say?
Got one! A soul core! A front against nature!
Oh, goodness!
So much for that!
No stone unturned.
Simmer down, you great big pile of rust. That thing bodes ill. Best ask Alva.
This is the largest soul core I've ever seen. With this, we could power the mechanism in the waterways. But it isn't charged. There is still latent energy residing here. From what I can gather, these lines in the stonework should lead to generators. You might need to find some more soul cores to spin them up, but everything looks to be in surprisingly decent condition. Maybe the constructs have been maintaining all this. In any case, let's hope it still functions. We'll then have to remove that large soul core from the wall, of course. But that shouldn't be a problem. Keep looking. Soul core is charged. Why don't you do the honors? Oh dear. Now we just have to remove it from that giant construct. Good luck.
Aye, pull the other one.
Exiled as Mary hunts for a new purpose.
Good set of stairs. Heart of the storm. Here goes. There. The lake should be all but drained by now.
How can I advise you? The members of this expedition seem to believe that the ziggurat beneath our feet holds an ancient device that was intended to be used against the cataclysm that destroyed the Vaal. The source of that cataclysm was the previous beast, which means the device below may be exactly what we need to stop the new one. Find your way into the ziggurat, and let us see what the greatest minds of the Vaal Empire created. If they didn't manage to complete it in time, maybe we can finish their work. Move swiftly.
Be warned, friend. The waterways on the Matlan River be a barrier between us and the Azak tribe. The Orok may be troubled, but the Azak, them are true horror. Their queen witch, Ignagduk, takes her child every blood moon. Why? I won't guess. If you trespass, only death awaits you. But if you survive, while you are there, please, rip out her heart. You should have never drained a lake. My tribe depends on the waters for our safety. How will we fend off the Orok or the Azak now? And worse, you have unleashed the horrors of the Vaal once more. Know this. You bring up bad omens from the depths that should have stayed buried, and you will regret it. Take care.
You drained the entire lake? I was going to ship in some Kalguran explosives. But that's one way to get into these temples, I suppose. Oh, Alva's found something. She's waiting for you at the base of these stairs. I'd join you, but I'm not sure how much I trust 2,000-year-old waterways to keep the city dry. You enjoy yourself. Don't get eaten.
An entire city lost to time. Let's hope that weren't for good reason.
Beyond this sealed door is the temple of the sun god, Kopek. I've seen writings by a fellow named Ketzuli that mention his research in this temple, but I can't quite make sense of what the device was or how it functioned. Unfortunately, we can't use Kalguran explosives without risking whatever's inside. However, there's a piece missing from the door. Knowing the Vaal, it'll be made of gold, of course. I recommend heading into the city to search for it. Try looking around the Aggorat area, as that is well known for its opulence and the golden tributes, especially at the main temple's apex. Hurry back if you find it. Bye.
We are only getting started. Lightning descends. Try not to die. The elements at your own risk.
Spirit,
Will you
give me
prove to be
strength.
true or fatal?
Strength through the arm. Afraid to find me yourself? Come on. I've seen the likes of that beast before, and I hope I never do again.
You have proven yourself to chaos. Approach the altar and receive your reward, Challenger.
Oh, the stench of... Ought to come in handy.
Mother is life. Feasting brings visions. Eternal life. Queen reigns still ours and theirs under sky of blood. Feasting shows us. Feasting brings smile.
Please get wet. Does my family disgust you? They taste better than they look.
Spirit breath. Lightning strike twice.
You're not queen.
Now there's a fight I hope to forget. Alva will want to see this.
What do you need?
How goes it? She sounded, well, filthy. I don't know how those treasure hunters made it in there, but I sure feel for them. We all know risk is part of the job, but what a way to go. Boggles the mind, really. If you hear a click, duck.
Greetings. Do whatever it takes. Greetings.
Time to change my ways.
You found it! Try placing the idol in the door. Maybe we'll get lucky. Good luck.
In we go. It's bloody roasting in here. Unnaturally so.
touch of cold hate. Consumed. Touch of blood burns.
Being stuck in here isn't enough to drive anyone far, me.
Vaal ingenuity never ceases to amaze me. I wonder what this does. The Vaal in this pyramid must have been trapped here since the Cataclysm. Was it We're back in the encampment? I can't believe it! We were right on top of this device the entire time. Oh.
How can I advise?
Gateway. Oh, how incredible!
Time is short. Make haste. What have you learned? You might not know this, but the common tongue we are speaking is derived from ancient Vaal. They were the largest empire on Rayclast for thousands of years. They should be able to understand you. This portal provides an opportunity that I had never considered. To consult the greatest minds of the Vaal directly. Enter the portal. Find their experts on the beast or on corruption. They may know of ways to control corruption that even I am not aware of. Thank you.
Time travel gives me a headache. I'm trying to understand. Vaal priests built a gateway to their future to escape a coming catastrophe. That I can see. They needed someone with...
You will fall before us! Anti-shell gates! Such horrors. What were my ancestors thinking, welcoming the Vaal? Spirit, forgive me for this. Naught but darkness about this statue.
The intruder is here? What of Napuatzi? I see. No mercy then. Kill her on sight.
Touch one hair on Alva's head, and it'll be the last thing you do. Aye. We're at magic or technology.
Fool! There is no time for this. Azeri will soon commune with the beast. Cease your assault. stop this at once. I take no pleasure in harming one of my own, but if you persist, I will do with her what I must.